One of the longest running and biggest darknet markets has been taken down by law enforcement agencies from 6 different countries, spanning over $300 million, all in Monero cryptocurrency, which is the most private cryptocurrency available. ArcheType market was just taken down. Now this market, ArcheType market, housed over 3,200 vendors featuring 17,000 different listings of drugs and illegal items. Let's look at Europol's press release. Europe-wide takedown hits longest-standing dark web drug market. The administrator was arrested and some of the top vendors were targeted in Sweden. So this was an international effort. It was operating for over 5 years, amassing more than 600,000 users worldwide, and it sold a lot of illegal drugs, including fentanyl and other synthetic opioids, which is why it captured the attention. And so it was just taken offline. And so the vendors on this market sold drugs like cocaine, meth, heroin, cannabis, MDMA, and fentanyl. And so this latest takedown and the arrest of these people involved builds upon the earlier work of Europol and different operations held in coordination with the US, Germany, Sweden, and a number of other countries. There was the earlier operation this year called Raptor, which arrested 270 suspects in May. And there was also several previous darknet markets taken down, such as Nemesis, Tortador, Bohemia, Kingdom Market. Previous operations in past year like Spector, Disruptor, and Dark Hunter in 2020 were also building upon the successes of this international operation. Now, ArcheType was a Monero-only market, which has some of the most sophisticated privacy features of any cryptocurrency. And if you're interested in learning more about that, go to takebackourtech.org and search for Monero on my really long article on how the IRS tried to crack Monero and failed. So is Monero the problem? There are some people trying to raise fear, uncertainty, and doubt that Monero was the reason that everyone got traced. Well, it's very unlikely that Monero was the weak link in the chain. If you read the press release by this intergovernmental agency, you see that these highly illegal darknet markets have many other weak points that law enforcement can leverage. The name of every single one of these operations so far include Tor, the peer-to-peer onion routing network. So it's a big hint. I think they're actually giving you a hint that Tor is part of the equation and how these networks were cost. We all know that, well, some of us know that Tor was created by the US Navy and its funding is contributed to by government agencies like the US Department of Media. So how can a privacy tool that is supposedly supposed to hide criminals be funded by the government? There has to be a way to de-anonymize Tor, and there is actually. If you control enough of the Tor exit nodes, you have a better idea of where the traffic is coming and going from. Additionally, in this case, the platform servers were seized. So when the servers were seized, you have access to all of the data on the platform. This could include the number of transactions. It can include all the listings on the platform. It will also include the messages sent between vendors and sellers, vendors and buyers on the market, which should normally be encrypted by PGP. But given that they know all this information about the vendors, it's a very good start to their investigation. Not to mention all the other market takedowns in the past all help contribute to the information in this investigation. And depending on the infrastructure and the logs on the infrastructure, this could leave a lot of clues for the investigators. That combined with having a god level access to the internet networks around the world, they could monitor where this traffic is coming and going from, and particularly single out some of the users on this market. So it's very interesting that these people who got caught, there's so many things that could happen to them. The package shipments, the financial flows of fiat currency, and also bad operational security could have contributed to the takedown and their arrest. But what's really interesting is that only 6 of the vendors, of the 3,200 vendors of the platform, were taken down. Were there problems in those vendors' operational security, or can Monero actually be tracked? I chatted with the Monero community a little bit bit, and we just agree that there hasn't been any proven public case where Monero was shown to be traced. Now, I've previously reported on chain analysis using spy Monero nodes to get more information about a user. So the first entry or exit node used by a Monero transaction is very important. It's very important that you use a trusted node. So with that, if you're doing highly illegal things, there will be ways that they can catch you. No one can have perfect operational security.